Alright guys, welcome to the stream, Supreme Aero stream. Today we're flying the TBM 930. So we're going to be flying the TBM 930 from Reggio Calabria. And it's a short little hop over to Lamezia Terme. This is one of the fastest turboprops in the world as of now, with a cruise speed of 330 knots. Let's get inside. I know it's a bit noisy outside, but let's get the flight plan in. Right, so we're going to MFD. And let's get in LICR, which is Reggio Calabria, Lima, India, Charlie, Romeo. And click enter. And then we can add in our final destination for today, which is Terme, Lamezia Terme, Terme. And click enter. And now we're going to procedures, where we can get a departure. And right now we are on a runway. What is this? 33, I guess? Yes, runway 33. And oh, okay. I need to use the what do you call that? Pigeon 6 Golf departure. Let's load it and see where we are. Okay, that's a bit too much because we need to take a left to go take a U-turn again. It's a bit of a pain. Okay, what can we do? The Berm 5 Echo departure on runway 33. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's too much, man. CDC. Oh, that should work. I think this will work. What else can we get? All right. Charlie Delta Charlie 5 Echo. What about Charlie Delta Charlie Juliet on runway 33? Oh, that's pretty much the same thing, man. There's nothing going straight out. Londa. Okay, you know what? Let's do a Sopo 5 Golf departure. I think that takes us on a nice little U-turn. Yes, it does. And now at Lamezia, when we go in, I think whoops. Alright, let's get the ILS 28 Zulu, Ortev, and load, and then we'll be good to go. Perfect. Alright guys, so yeah, this works for us. This works really well. Alright, now let's get out of here and let's go again into PFD, and we've got FMS, and we switch to GPS, and then we get our nav 1 in for. Alright. We can get, what do we call it? Waypoint info, the airport, and select the airport to LICA. Lamezia, we get the runways, 28 frequencies. 28 ILS is 110.30, which is pretty much, it's put on. And another thing what I like doing on the TBM is going into PFD settings, and then other PFD settings, and then checking our wind option to 3, so we know exactly where the wind is coming from. And what are we cleared to? Right. Okay. You know what? So we're cleared for takeoff, and I think we're gonna get a climb as well. Usual climb is about 5,000, so I'm guessing that's what the ATC was gonna give us in each race. And vertical speed, it's good to be nav, and the vertical speed we can set 1,000 feet per minute. And let's get 70% on our throttle. Flaps is on takeoff. Alright, let's get our yoke in place. And let's go! Taking off runway 33. Let's get the thing centered up with the runway. Alright, wind's coming in. Here's the nice part about the TBM. It's got a pretty neat takeoff speed of anywhere between 85 knots to 95 knots. So once we get 95 on our dial, let's V1 and rotate. Up in the air, baby. Gear up. And let's switch on our nav. The yaw damper on. Beautiful. Look at that. Right, so let's get back inside and autopilot. Oh, autopilot. What has happened to screen? Okay. Great, we've got our right going on, and let's get our climb out. Beautiful. Let's get our flaps up as well. Nice. So, like I said, it's a little short hop over to Lamezia, which is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to be in. Let me just adjust my mic over here. Alright, guys.
Air Golf Sierra Alpha, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Alright, thank you very much. Acknowledge the frequency change. And
Tower Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha frequency change.
I'm gonna change the damn call sign over there. But yeah, let's go to nearest airport list and further airports from you. Right, number 5, Terme, Lamezia. So let's get into Lamezia and request for a full stop. I know
Lamezia Tower Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 53 miles southwest to land.
Yeah, we're 53 nautical miles away from Ortev, I guess.
Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Lamezia Tower. Make left downwind runway 28. Altimeter
Right, beautiful.
2.9 to wind 268 at tree.
Acknowledge Patin in 3 instructions.
traffic runway 28 there, Golf Sierra Alpha.
Got a bit of terrain, but we should be able to clear that. Let's increase our vertical speed over here. We will be going on to the VATSIM network pretty soon, so I am sure that we're gonna have some really nice flying experiences. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Climbing through 4,800 for 5,000, and the aircraft's gonna level off. And I think we need to make our climb to 7,000 as well, which will make a lot of sense. Because we do have terrain right ahead of us. Beautiful. This is just beautiful. Oh, lovely. I don't know what bridge that is, but I think we should do some really nice VFR routes as well over here. I need to do, I mean, I definitely have to figure out the scenery side of things, make sure it's accurate and whatnot. But yeah, the detail on this model is brilliant. I do know that there is an improvement mod for it, and I need to figure out how I am going to install that mod. Pretty new to Flight Sim 2020. I've been off the sim networks for a very long time now, and I look at getting back on it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just passing 6,500 for 7,000 right now. Oh, I've got a beautiful coffee over here as well, so yes. Let's get out. Alright, so I think we could possibly pick up our pace. D-cell is not too far from here, but it would be nice to just go 100%. The fuel burn substantially increases. Oops, where's that? There you go. So right now we're at 87 gallons per hour. Big trade-off when it comes to the speed. As you can see, we've already crossed 260 on the total airspeed. But like I said, you know, this is a beautiful aircraft. Right now we're at 270 knots. Right now we're at 273 knots. Obviously, once we go higher in altitude, our total airspeed, obviously, true airspeed rather, will increase. True airspeed, yeah. All right, we are 3.5 nautical miles from our TEV, and I think ATC will be giving us our descent soon. If not, God save us. Yeah, we're pretty much holding at 87 gallons per hour. Not too bad, about 18.5 nautical miles from our TEV. I think we can start beginning our descent right now. So let's go down to 4,400. And we'll bring back the speed a bit. Let's go down to 65%. Yeah, guys, it would be nice to populate the cabin with actual people. I definitely want to figure out how we can, possibly get like a voice chat going on, and have a, maybe four or five people just talking, like as if it's in a real aircraft. There's a beautiful lake over there, and some windmills, wind turbines rather, wind turbines. Beautiful. So yes, Lamezia is one of those places which is pretty much ridden with a lot of wind, almost through and through the whole year. Yeah, this was one time I went into Lamezia, so flying from Rome to Lamezia, and I was fast asleep in the cabin. The next thing you know, basically heard toga and Captain did a go around. And we came in and landed back safely. I think there was almost 35 knots of, almost 40 knots of crosswind. So yeah, we were getting thrown around quite a bit. But yeah, it was a relatively interesting experience, if you want to call it. Down through 5,400 for 4,400 feet. There's a bit of slight turbulence because of the the detail on this simulator is just brilliant. I think there are mods also to, to possibly improve realism and scenery. So eventually we will get there. But yep, 5,000 right now. Going down to 4,400, and then we're going to start initiating our turn. And once we start initiating our turn to Ortev, we'll start getting prep for the ILS 28. Right, so we've initiated our turn, and we're entering the left traffic, runway 28. Just for the sake of it, let's request airport direction.
Lamezia Tower Dair Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Dair Golf Sierra Alpha Airport is 9 o'clock, 18 miles.
Alright. Now we go down to 3,300. 3,300 feet. Let's get a little steeper descent in. Look at all those wind turbines over there. Brilliant. Let's get a steeper descent in, and once we cross Ortev, that's right here. Whoops. So yeah, this is Ortev. I don't know why it's not displaying, but yeah, once we cross Ortev and then line ourselves up with final, that's when we'll drop the flaps, drop the gears, and hopefully get a clear, landing clearance in time. I have been facing a couple of issues with regards to the ATC on Flight Sim, but we will be flying out of airports soon that are VATSIM controlled. The whole shebang, so the whole clearance, delivery, ground, tower, all of that. And I think certain airports do operate, or rather certain aerospaces do operate with whatchamacallit, radar, as in centers, so boundaries and whatnot. Right, so we're just approaching Ortev, as you can see. It did not display on the map, but it's displaying on my screens right in front of me. 2.5 nautical miles left to Ortev. And we're at 3,300 feet. Once we complete the turn, we'll have field in sight, which is right about now. This is the last and final turn until we have field in sight, and then we can start getting ready for approach. Perfect. Field in sight right there. Let's drop the speed a bit. Down to 35. That'll give us a 35. That should give us enough amount of time, ample amount of time to get our approach in. Last and final turn. Let's drop a notch of flaps. And we can get the approach mode on. So we've got glide path and altitude. Why is my flight director off? Interesting. Okay, anyways. Right down now. Gear down. Let's drop another notch of flaps. And we should get our speed down to about 85. So going a little slower than that. A bit too high for that, huh? Right, 2,900 feet. I think that's the transition altitude for the glide path. Not too sure about this. We haven't really gotten a clearance yet. Oh, and there you go. Glide path is captured. That's basically the glide slope. Now we're flying down. We're doing 95. Let's bring back the speed slightly. Down to 40% on the throttle. I think that should be good.
Stall.
Whoa.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Okay.
Stall. 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 Stall.
What the hell was that, buddy? Be a bug of sorts, I guess. Interesting. Okay. So let's speed back down a little bit. Maybe down to 45. I guess that'll work. And not kill us, or try and kill us. Alright, buddy. We've got the airport in sight, and we still have not gotten our landing clearance. So, we're just gonna ride out the storm. And we're 5 nautical miles, 4.9 nautical miles away from runway 28. Should be able to watch our
Air
speed
Golf
as well.
Sierra Alpha cleared to land runway 28. Wind 267 at tree.
Alright, clear to land. Runway 28.
Cleared to land runway 28 Air Golf Sierra Alpha.
Got our field in sight. We're holding 85, 86. And we're descending. The radio altimeter is showing currently 1500 feet right now. We're just passing 1500, rather 1450. 87 knots. Do have a bit of a headwind, which is very ever so slight headwind. Got the runway in sight right there. Should be fun. I have no idea what that stall was. Don't look at me, guys. But yes, coming in for a beautiful little approach. Right, on the RA, passing through 800 feet right now. No, we're holding about 800. 850. At 840, 830. Now we're descending further. Just through 700. Watch our speed over there a little bit. 90 knots, 85 to 90 knots, I think, is all right for this aircraft. So, ATC has given us clearance for landing on runway 28. Should be nice. It's a beautiful approach. I will be trying to figure out how we can get some form of replay going on. Speed's a bit low. Let's get the speed up a bit, slightly. And nose up a little bit so we can get to the 1,000-foot marker. A bit lower. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, certain airports with certain runways on the ILS really don't behave too well. I cannot pull the nose up anymore. But let's try and not land on the approach lights. Okay, I guess let's disconnect the autopilot. And they come in to land, 77 knots. Oh, a bit of a bounce. How unfortunate. Speed down. Let's get back to center of runway. My apologies, guys. I don't think there's any
Golf
need for a
Sierra Alpha exit runway when able.
Down to idle, and let's get off the runway. Welcome to Lamezia Terme, guys.
Dare Golf Sierra Alpha contact ground on 122.1.
Alright, over the ground, 122.1.
122.1 for Dare Golf Sierra Alpha.
Request taxi to parking.
Lamezia ground Dare Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to parking.
I like the way they call it Lamezia.
Dare Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Bravo.
Okay.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Bravo Dare Golf Sierra Alpha.
Okay, we got the Alpha Bravo. There's a car coming onto the taxiway. So yeah, overall, I mean, this is a really, really nice aircraft. And honestly speaking, it's one of those aircrafts I'd love to get my hands on. Eventually. Eventually we will be able to, I think, possibly try and afford one of these. It is expensive. It is 4.3 million, if I'm not wrong. We'd have to do a lot to possibly afford one of these. But yes, eventually we should be capable. Let's get in. Oh, nice. We've got a little marshaller over there. He's telling me to turn left. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much for flying with Supreme Aero on the TBM 930 today. Sorry, let me turn off that.
Aural warning, okay.
Yes, I know. It's all right. Thank you for flying on this beautiful TBM 930. And let's basically get our shutdown right now. And thank you so much for flying, guys. We will see you on the next one.